Lastly, at car number 41, and that's your starting field for tonight's 30-lap main event for the Winston Martin Landscaping Sportsman Division.
Race will be our Monroe Shops Figure 8 division as we get set for the big Pabst Mid-South 100 coming up for you. Next weekend here at the Louisville Motor Speedway, we'll be doing that race as well, all 100 laps.
Tom and Rick Ford, along with our starter Chris Fisher, signals to the field. 1 lap to the green flag.
In the meantime, we got heat race results for you.
These drivers not only competing for a local track championship here at Louisville Motor Speedway, but for a regional as well as a national short track title through our involvement with the NASCAR-sanctioned Winston Racing Series. Louisville Motor Speedway is in the NASCAR Mid-America region. The field rolls down into turns 3 and 4. Chris Fisher looks the field over. He puts the green flag out, and we're racing. And off they go into turns 1 and 2. Mike Crecilius, the early race leader, on the back straightaway, with Chuck Barnes in car number 5 moving into the number 2 spot. It'll be Alan Webb in car number 2 running at 3rd. At 4th, Les Vogt, and Chuck Winters rounds out the top 5 as they move back into turns 1 and 2. Side by side for 4th place right now as Chuck Winters moves to the inside of Les Vogt. Into the 3rd and 4th turn, Joe Williamson Jr. along with Keith Brewer racing out of the 4th turn. Scott Toohey sticks his car through there to try and make it 3 abreast on the front straightaway, and that didn't pan out so well. Out of turn number 2, they blast down the back straightaway. And into turns 3 and 4 with Mike Crecilius in car number 28, your race leader. Chuck Barnes runs at 2nd. And then it's about 2 car lengths back to Alan Webb in car number 2, who runs at 3rd place. Chuck Winters, who originally started in the number 6 position, is right now at 4th place. And Les Vogt rounds out the top 5 as they move single file down the front straightaway. Next, we look back to a side-by-side battle just outside the top 5 between Rick Harris and Keith Brewer, a pair of rookies in this division, as James Chumley in car number 6 has found the infield up in turn number 4. They continue to circle this Louisville Motor Speedway, and the battle for 5th place begins to heat up. Joe Williamson Jr. took a look to the outside of the 22 of Les Vogt, but could not capitalize on it, and right now he glides up the banking in turn number 4. Rick Harris in car number 3 comes past on the inside, as does Rick Irwin in car number 90. They'll run side by side out of the 2nd turn and down the back straightaway. Irwin trying to pick up yet another position. Out of turn 4, it's Mike Crecilius at lap number 7. The Morris Electric Company Custom Colors of Louisville Racing Chevrolet. Running at 2nd, the Robert Holbert Trucking Company Bibby's Barbecue Racing Camaro of Chuck Barnes, and going 3rd, it's Alan Webb in the Budget Rent-A-Car and Truck Racing Chevrolet, but he got a little loose that time out of the 4th turn. Chuck Winters moves in and takes over the spot. Winters now runs at 3rd place in the McDonald's Restaurants Jasper Engines and Transmissions Racing Camaro. Problems for Les Vogt as he and Alan Webb got together. Webb is in a very bad location there. He smokes the tires, turns the car around, and he'll try to rejoin the lineup. Looks as though he stalled the engine. Our race leader, Mike Crecilius, moves past on the inside. Chuck Barnes along with Chuck Winters. So that's the way they race down the front straightaway. After 10 laps of competition, we've got 20 more to go. The scramble right now is Rick Irwin in car number 90 takes the Banquet Table Buffet Camaro into the number 5 position after getting around the inside of Les Vogt. 11 laps completed. It's Mike Crecilius by about 10 car lengths, and Mike is on his way to his first feature win in his racing career here at Louisville Motor Speedway. Car number 28 leads it out of turn 4 to collect lap number 12. Chuck Barnes still runs at 2nd, followed by the number 8 of Chuck Winters. The number 3 of Rick Harris having just an absolutely great rookie season in the Sportsman division. He raced mini stocks for a couple of years here at Louisville Motor Speedway, but he has the Chardine Mechanical Racing Camaro posted in the number 4 position right now. Rick Irwin in car number 90, the 1990 track champion in this division, runs at 5th. Les Vogt, car number 22 going 6th. And then at 7th, it's the number 12 of Scott Walters. He and Joe Williamson Jr. tangle. Oh, and our fast qualifier, Fred Kalin of Brooks, Kentucky, and Kevin Gapart in the 07 have apparently locked bumpers down in the 4th turn, and we'll see our caution flag period coming at the halfway mark. 15 laps now completed. Mike Crecilius in car number 28 absolutely did not want to see a yellow flag come out. Mike Crecilius had built up about a 10-car length lead over Chuck Barnes, and you just got to know he didn't want to see a yellow flag come out to bunch this field back up. However, it's the number 72 of Fred Kalin and Kevin down into turns 3 and 4. Chris Fisher looks him over, and he puts the green flag back out, and we're racing. And off they roll into turns 1 and 2 with Chuck Winters in car number 8 up along the outside of Mike Crecilius as they scoot out of the second turn and down the back straightaway. Crecilius and Winters make a lot of contact on the back straightaway. Winters glides up the banking down in turns 3 and 4, takes over the number 1 spot. Crecilius drops into second. Rick Irwin comes up to third. Chuck Barnes now at fourth, and Rick Harris runs fifth. Down the back straightaway, and it's Les Vogt who looks to the outside of trouble out of turn number 2. Marshall Jaggers and the 44 of Joe Lewis tangled there momentarily as the field comes around and collects lap number 17 and moves back into turns 1 and 2. Chuck Winters now looking for his third feature event of the 1992 racing season in the Sportsman division, leads the field out of turn 4. Mike Crecilius runs at second. Rick Irwin goes third, followed by Chuck Barnes and Rick Harris in the number 3. Scotty Walters now goes sixth on the field. At seventh, Joe Williamson Jr. and eighth, it's George Koch. Ninth place now to the number 02 of Sammy Price, and rounding out the top 10, Keith Brewer in car number 02. It looks like Les Vogt, car number 22, has a left rear tire, went flat on his machine. He pulls down to the infield. The top 3 cars have pulled away from the rest of the field. The battle right now is at second place. Rick Irwin looks to the inside of Mike Crecilius and pulls along down on the inside, gets past the inside of Crecilius and takes over second as they move down the back straightaway. Just behind them, going into turns 3 and 4, it's Rick Harris, Scott Walters, and Chuck Barnes battling for 4th, 5th, and 6th as they scream down the front straightaway, and they're back into turns 1 and 2. Scotty Walters picks up 5th place as they move down the back straightaway. With 21 laps completed, we have less than 9 to go. The field's out of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. It's Chuck Winters in car number 8, the McDonald's Restaurants, Jasper Engines and Transmissions Racing Chevrolet, looking for his third feature win of the 1992 racing season. Running at second, it's car number 90, Rick Irwin, the Banquet Table Buffet Camaro. He looks to the inside of Winters now on the front straightaway with 23 complete, and we're 7 away from a finish. It's Irwin to the inside of Winters again, and this time he has a fender up on him going down into turns 3 and 4. Irwin side by side with Winters out of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway with 24 complete. We're 6 away from a finish. It's Irwin taking the lead out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. The Banquet Table Buffet Racing Camaro, your race leader. Car number 8, Chuck Winters, runs at second. A little contact among the top 3 as they come around and collect lap number 25. We're 5 away from a finish. They're at 4th place. It's Rick Harris in car number 3, along with the number 12 of Scott Walters, who runs at 5th. Going 6th, it's Joe Williamson Jr., then 7th to George Koch, a winner 1 week ago. And then it's the number 5 of Chuck Barnes, who had a strong run early in the event, but has faded some now in the last portions of the race. Sam Price in the number 02, he's also inside the top 10. Out of turn 4, it's Irwin, your race leader by 4 car lengths now, moving into turns 1 and 2 with less than 3 laps to go. Car number 8, Chuck Winters, who looked strong in the early portions of the event, got around Chuck Barnes, picked up that second place position, then took over the lead. But then it was Irwin who powered himself by the inside, taking over the lead about 8 laps ago. As they move down the back straightaway, Rick Irwin in car number 90 will see the white flag as the race leader out of turn number 4, and you'll have to go back to 1990 was the last time that Rick Irwin won a feature event here at Louisville Motor Speedway, but he came away with the 1990 Winston Martin Landscaping Sportsman Championship that summer. Out of turn number 4, Rick Irwin will go to victory lane for the first time in a year and a half here at Louisville Motor Speedway. Across the line at second, it was car number 8, Chuck Winters, and car number